Blue skies over the link in Philadelphia. The Steelers and the Eagles about to kick off. Both teams having won their first 2 games. Hello, friends. Jed Nance along with Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson. We're going to see Carson Wentz, Ben Roethlisberger. Looking forward to this matchup.
Absolutely. We're looking at one of the best quarterbacks in football, and Ben Roethlisberger. Carson Wentz off to a terrific start in his first 2 games, but today he's facing a fast, very good Pittsburgh defense.
This game being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television. Now the Steelers won the toss and want the football. So Caleb Sturgis is about to send it down this way. Sammy Coates is back deep along with Toussaint, and he's going to take a knee. So here comes Roethlisberger, having thrown 3 touchdowns each of the first 2 games. He had 6 through 2 weeks. That was most in the league. And we'll be showing you how he's gotten better with age in this league. Villanueva, his left tackle, the former Army Ranger. And D'Angelo Williams. He's been sensational with Le'Veon Bell out. 1 more week, he'll return to practice this week and be able to play next time out for the Steelers, who will begin at the 25. And straight drop back for Ben. Looking. He's got time. He's got options. Goes underneath. And the Eagles have that covered up for no gain to Antonio Brown. Bradham with a quick hit. That Eagles defense under the direction of Jim Schwartz with Fletcher Cox and his new 6-year contract. Kendricks, who suffered a broken nose in the Monday night win down in Chicago, out in Chicago. And Brooks starts with Leotis McKelvin inactive. Again, takes it from under center and drops back. Completes it this time to Jesse James. And again, the Eagles all over it, holding him to a short game.
Well, you look at this game today. What did Ben Roethlisberger tell us last night? We're going to be us. And that means, when he said that, I just took it as what we've seen so far. We're going to come out and throw the football. We're loaded at the wide receiver position. They can protect the quarterback. On the other side, the Eagles, I think to win this game today, their defensive line has to find a way to pressure Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben's had time the first 2 downs, but he's had not a whole lot of space downfield, and he looks again. This time lofts it, and he's got his target at the Philadelphia 40. That is Eli Rogers with the big gain. 32 picked up on that one.
Came all the way across the field. Coming from your left, going to get over here and look at the step up, the space that Ben Roethlisberger has, and this is going to be a problem for this Philadelphia Eagles defense. Jalen Mills, when you try to play all these Pittsburgh wide receivers man-to-man, I don't think you can hold up. The first 2 plays, zone, they threw it short, they made a tackle, then they went man-to-man, and Roethlisberger hit them deep.
Yep, at the 39 of Philadelphia. Roethlisberger with 3 completions and 3 downs. Make it 4 for 4 as Brown takes off past a slew of defenders with that quick dart, and he's got another 13.
Well, that was a big key to this game today, I think. They do this so much, screens to the wide receiver, but it's up to Ben Roethlisberger, hand it off or throw it. They want to get Antonio Brown really going, and they know, and they keep telling him, look, you're going to get double teamed. So they'll find ways to get him the football, to get him into the flow, and all the balls that he catches, you know, you always need that reinforcement of confidence.
Brown had a quiet game last week. Here's Williams, stutter step, and stalls for a moment just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Mike Tomlin, with his win against Cincinnati last week, gave him 100 wins as a head coach, regular and postseason.
Not bad, not bad. Mike Tomlin, you know, says, man, we draft him and we train him, and he had some sweat on him yesterday, and he came in to see us, didn't he?
Put in a little workout before he came in.
What his sons tell him? Dad,
Hey,
don't lose it.
It's better that he's sweating when he comes in instead of when he leaves
Yeah,
after getting grilled by you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's 2nd and 10. Williams breaks a couple of tackles, springs outside, and is pushed out of bounds. Pick up a 4.
Nobody's touched the football more in the NFL than D'Angelo Williams, and this is why. He catches it, but he breaks tackles as much as anybody. And what a great story, huh, Jim? You know, the fact everybody talks about his age, but you know what? Talk about it. It's a great compliment to him as be a running back at his age and doing what he's doing.
Yep, leading rusher in the NFL the first 2 weeks, 237 yards coming in. He's 6 away now from 8,000 rush yards in his career. A 3rd and 6. They just converted a 3rd and 6 before. Roethlisberger now comes out with it on the go, and he slides for a first down as they continue this fast start drive down the field. He scrambles for 8 more.
This is what's amazing. Watch Ben Roethlisberger. He never panics in the pocket. It collapses. He stands there, puts his hands on the back of Ramon Foster like, don't come back any farther, big guy. I need just a little room. He does this all the time. And by my unofficial count, last week when his jersey was being grabbed as he threw it, he was 3 for 3 against the Cincinnati Bengals. So
we'll make it official. The Sims official count.
That's what you count.
They are something else in the red zone. The Steelers offense. And they can go on first down with Williams again, and a collision after 1. You saw Tomlin on the other side. You got Doug Peterson, former backup quarterback around this league, and had a chance to play for some brilliant minds. You know, names like Shula, played for Coach Shula, played for Andy Reid, played for Mike Holmgren.
Well, you know, I'm glad he got into coaching. Quarterback 14 years in the league. He goes, man, did I miss the mentality and the feel of the locker room?
He took a high school job out in the Shreveport area at Calvary Baptist Academy and then got called back here to the Eagles after 4 years. 2nd and 9. And look at the defensive front. Break through and drop him behind the line. That's Bradham along with Graham. And a 3rd and 13 coming. Loss of 4.
Yeah, Graham is really a penetrating. Watch number 55. You just can't get there quick enough. David Johnson couldn't get him. This defense about the front guys, hey, wreck it. Be frantic. Get in the backfield. That's why we have linebackers and defensive backs to clean up the mess if we open up the holes.
They've converted the Steelers twice on 3rd down. Both occasions 3rd and 6. This time it's 3rd and 13.
Zone this time by the Eagles.
Marcus Wheaton is out there. He's been out the first 2 games. The wide out. Pressure, and again feels it, gets away from it, steps back, and now launches it in zone, and it was right in the belly of Marcus Wheaton. Nolan Carroll was back there trying to close in on him and make that a tough catch. We're going to have to see what happened there with Wheaton with his first action of the season.
Well, this thing went through his arms, and what a job by the offensive line. They got pushed.
Wow, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, maybe he didn't see it. He got blocked by Carroll, but Roethlisberger, I have noticed he is much quicker with his foot movement. Lost a few pounds over the offseason. Wouldn't tell us what his weight was. I don't care. All I know is his feet are quick, getting out of trouble.
Here's Chris Boswell, and that kick is blocked. Blocked by Benny Logan. Boswell had made his last 11 in regular and postseason competition. Pittsburgh keeps the football for over 6 minutes and then fails to get 3 from 36 yards out.
Wow, good job by Benny Logan. Got inside the left guard in the center. And after that drive, big emotional lift for this Eagles football team.
So here comes Carson Wentz, the rookie from North Dakota State. 2-0, the first rookie since 1970 to win the first 2 starts of the season without a pick. Bill, you've been anxious to see him play in person. You came down from New England right after we called the Thursday night game just to watch him stand on the sideline and practice on Friday.
I was not disappointed at all. Jim Nance. It was extremely impressive.
What is it you like about him? What did you think when you saw him Friday?
He's got great presence on the field. You can tell the players really like him. He's one of the guys, but here's what I really like. He can move, but he has a terrific throwing arm, and they got a lot of little small passes in this offense, but he can drive it down the field with the best of them in this league, and that makes defensive backs always nervous when you're playing a big arm quarterback.
Now, after a loss of 2 on first down by Ryan Matthews, they bring in Darren Sproles for 2nd and 12. And they spread everybody out. Here's Wentz. Gets rid of it quickly. It's Selleck breaking a tackle across the 40 and bumped out at the 45. Brent Selleck got away from Ryan Shazier. We've got an update. They've got a winner in Miami. Who is it, JB?
Here's how it was done, Jim.
Oh, Jay Ajayi takes the 11-yard touchdown run, walk-off touchdown run around the corner, 30-24. Miami beats Cleveland in overtime.
Back to Jim Nance, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson.
All right, thank you, guys. And Cleveland had a chance to win it at the end of regulation, but Cody Parkey, the former Eagle kicker, missed the field goal that would have won it. Shazier was shaken up on that play, Phil.
Wow, big deal. I don't know what it is, but he's the most dynamic player on their defense.
They come back over here to Sproles. He's got blockers in front. Watch Sproles go. Sproles pushed out. There is a flag out near midfield.
Are they going to call this on the left guard, Alan Barber? I'm not sure. It sure looked like a good block from up here. We're a long ways away. You always have to be alert for misdirections, plays like that. We see him with Andy Reid. Doug Peterson has brought him here.
There's no foul on the play.
No foul on the play, so it's going to go for 40 to Sproles, who I thought might take it all the way. Had he cut back inside instead of out, it might have gone. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson here in Philadelphia. I'd like to welcome those of you who just watched the Miami Dolphins defeat Cleveland in overtime. The Steelers kept the football for over 6 minutes at the start, but had a 36-yard field goal blocked. And now we're seeing Carson Wentz and the Eagles with their first possession. They just picked up 40 on a little dump-off pass to Darren Sproles to bring them to this point at the Steelers' 14. That was the longest play for Philadelphia this season. The 40 to Sproles, and Wentz going to the end zone, and he just throws that one away. That was in the direction of Brent Selleck, who had a 22-yard catch earlier on this drive. Jason Peters, 8 times he's gone to the Pro Bowl. And Ryan Matthews had 2 touchdowns in the Monday night win at Chicago. So Wentz here at the start, for those of you just joining us, 2 out of 3 for 62 yards to lead the Eagles right back down the field. After Pittsburgh drove it on the Philly defense but came up empty on the blocked field goal.
Pittsburgh blitzed the first passing situation. Surprised me. The Eagles picked it up and they got a completion.
2nd and 10. And that's a catch by Huff, but only for 1. Here's the Steelers defense that in the red zone, that's where we are right now here, 1 out of 7 times they've allowed a touchdown. That's it. You saw Tuitt and Shazier. They are kind of the future of this defense. Leaders, performers on the field. And Cockrell has had a chance to snag a couple of picks that he couldn't hold on to through the first 2 weeks. You see 54 right there in the middle. That's L.J. Fort. He's in for Ryan Shazier, who was banged up on the Selleck catch at the start of this drive, the second play of this drive. And here we go with the 3rd and 9. Carson Wentz comes over to Huff. And again, the Steelers are all over him. William Gay on the coverage and the tackle, and now it'll be the Eagles' attempt for a field goal.
Nothing changes when I watch this Steelers defense. Once the team gets down inside the 15 or 10, they sit back, they make you throw it underneath. They have great speed with their back defenders, and they just rally and make the tackle. Nice job by them.
100th career attempt for Caleb Sturgis. He's 5 out of 6 this year, and from 29 yards out, it's good. So Pittsburgh had its field goal try blocked. on its opening drive. The Eagles make theirs. Sturgis from 29. It's a knuckleball through. We're back in Philadelphia. Steelers and Eagles both joined the National Football League as expansion teams the same year, back in 1933.
Fond memories coming down here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Reggie White.
Short kick. And this is going to be Coates. And flags are tossed. Brad Allen is the referee.
Have you noticed how the referees this year more than ever, they're really in shape? You know what I'm saying? And the jerseys are there. They get tighter and just things I notice as I watch games.
During the return, holding number 98 of the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, I saw it was Sterator looking like Hockley. Next year it's going to be the announcers who are going to be all rocked up.
I got a lot of work to do, man.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. And by the all-new Honda Ridgeline for truck tough things and everyday things.
Tonight on CBS, the agents of NCIS Los Angeles start the new season on a new night. Don't miss LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell in NCIS Los Angeles tonight after 60 Minutes, only CBS. So the Steelers will begin this drive back at the 8. They picked up 57 yards on their opening drive. Again, some of you just joining us, that led to a blocked field goal of a Chris Boswell kick from 36 out. Now, just dumping it off here to D'Angelo, and Williams picks up 2. They are really quick on these little dump ball passes, that Eagles defense on them.
Well, look at these numbers. Ben Roethlisberger, his passing through the career, and they get better as time goes along. I know offenses have changed, Jim, but there's one common thing there these last 3. He's had 3 of his best years in the last 4. Todd Haley, the offensive coordinator, they got the offensive line straightened out, and they built this offense around Ben Roethlisberger and not just running the football and playing defense.
Big numbers, and he feels even better about this year's team. He gets it over quickly to Antonio Brown. That's his 3rd catch. Yeah, Ben saying to us in the production meeting last night, good feeling about this team. Yes, the last 3 years, the offense has been in the top 3 every year, but there's even more confidence with this team out of all these other ones we've had in recent years.
Yeah, I believe it. They're loaded with talent, especially on the offensive side. The wide receivers, they use them well. It's a diversified offense, a lot like New England's, but it's more wide receiver oriented instead of tight ends and running backs. But they really mix it up. You've seen those screens to Antonio Brown already.
Again, quick pass. Williams stretches it out. It gets to about the 27, just past it. Brought down by Jenkins. Gain of 6.
Well, Williams, well, I just want to say, have a great day today. Do the best you can, because they got this guy coming back where D'Angelo might have to go to the bench. Le'Veon Bell, when he comes back, you asked him last night that Mike Tomlin, what was his answer to you about that?
L. Bell will start immediately. We love what D'Angelo's done, but Bell will be the starter. Yeah, he's a special talent, and Williams has been just terrific here at the start of the year and last year. 2nd and 4, and again Wheaton drops it. The collision caused by Carroll helped jar it out, but some of you weren't with us. Wheaton had a touchdown drop on the first series of the game. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to breaking news and expert analysis of your favorite team. It has everything you need. Just download the CBS Sports app today. 3rd and 4. Coates at the top.
Everybody up the line of scrimmage except one person. I think they'll bail out. That's my guess.
AB at the bottom. Here they come. Roethlisberger slides up, It's a wobbler. There was contact, and it ends up just over the head of Rodgers with a flag out. Jordan Hicks was all over Roethlisberger.
Holding. Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
It was Hicks who hit the quarterback on the release.
Yeah, Brandon Graham, though, number
He was there too.
55, top of the screen, forces Roethlisberger up and once again makes him move to throw the football.
Jordan Berry out to punt. He had big contributions against the Bears with 3 of his punts getting down inside the 10, and this one will get a favorable bounce to put the Eagles back at the 18. That is a 55-yard kick. We got 3 minutes to go in the first. Eagles' second possession coming up, leading 3-0. Your weekend starts on Thursday when the Miami Dolphins battle the Cincinnati Bengals. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. We'll see you Thursday night again. NFL Network only. Dolphins coming in off a win. Bengals defeated today at home by Denver. Shazier is back on the field for the Pittsburgh defense after being shaken up earlier. First down, handoff to Matthews, and again 2 carries, both tackled behind the line of scrimmage. This time by Tuitt. Tracy Wolfson's on the sideline with an update on Shazier.
Well, Jim, you mentioned it. You saw him back out there. It was that right knee, the same knee that he injured against Washington the first game of this season. He's back out there, but he did some light jogging. He wears a brace on that right knee. Dr. James Bradley, though, said he's good to go.
You know, Shazier, Jim, you talked about a lot, probably the fastest linebacker in the NFL. And Mike Tomlin, I put a little note there that said, is he a star? And he goes, absolutely. He could be and is a star in this league.
2nd and 13. Wentz dumps it over to Burton, who caught a touchdown last week. William Gay with the tackle, but the flag is flying again.
Screens, misdirection, trying to keep him off balance.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 94. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Lawrence Timmons flagged for that. Here it comes. Right there.
Ooh, that's not late. That's like really late.
So Burton on the catch. We've seen Selleck get his hands on the ball already with a catch for 22. They're without, though, their fine tight end, Zach Ertz. He's inactive with the rib injury.
Yeah, that hurts him. But Selleck, Trey Burton, the backup tight end with him, kind of a multi-purpose player. Not bad to have his backups.
6 DBs out there for the Steelers. Ball on the ground, picked up by Wentz, and able to get rid of it for the completion. And a gain of about 2 to Sproles, brought down by Shazier. Update time. Let's go back up to New York.
Another good tight end in Kansas City.
Yes, he won, and this one can dance back well as well. This is Travis Kelce for the 12-yard touchdown. Dives for it off of a Marcus Peters interception. Chiefs up early. Look at the little dancey dance. I love it.
Back to Jim Nantz.
Well, from one Kelce to another. His brother, the center here, Jason Kelce for the Eagles. Travis catching that touchdown for Kansas City. Pittsburgh will see the other Kelce next week. That's Huff with the catch, and another flag comes in.
Oh, they're going to call that on Nelson Aguilar.
Holding. Offense, number 81. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down.
Nope, I was wrong. Jordan Matthews. Oh, definitely there. I did not see that one. That's a double hand.
So what they're going to do here is the penalty marked off from the point of the infraction, spot foul. It's 2nd and 12.
Hey, go!
Using that hard count, trying to get a little trick to see what the defense was doing. They didn't bite.
Wentz, good time. And in and out of the hands of Dorial Green-Beckham. And Wentz will face 3rd and 12. Cool customer, though, this rookie. 2nd pick overall.
Yep. He is cool.
Grew up loved watching Brett Favre play, growing up in Bismarck, North Dakota. 3 times, he said, the family drove 6.5 hours to the Metrodome to go watch the Vikings play.
Yeah.
That was his NFL experience as a young man, and now he's living it. Pocket seal, pass on the way, and it's a beauty. Right to the 50. He guns it right in there for Green-Beckham.
Big target. You love these type of receivers over the middle, so you can throw it high, let them go up and get the catch. Green-Beckham on the outside. They clear it out with Jordan Matthews. And when you look at Carson Wentz, big guy, stands in there, plays tall, throws over the top. Beautiful spiral that time, right in the right spot.
5th different receiver with a catch for the Eagles in this opening quarter, and he went right back to Green-Beckham after the drop the previous play.
What I love, though, what they're doing, Jim, the short passes, this and that, and they look to drive it down the field also. So good mixture on offense so far.
New set of downs when we start the new quarter. Fast moving first. It is 3-0 Eagles.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by New York Life. With the right guidance, everyone can be good at life. And by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Having a big time of it out at the tailgate here in Philadelphia. This whole sports complex area, it's really well done.
Yeah, it's spectacular. It really is. The Eagles practice facility is just across the street. You can see it all here, every sport.
Starting the 2nd quarter, Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wilson from the 50. Spinning away and getting another 1st down. That's Huff with the catch. Boy, does he get that ball out quickly, Phil.
Well, he did. The first week he got rid of it fast. If you look at the numbers, but the 2nd week, even quicker. And he does it very well against the blitz. And look, this is all not about short throws when you talk about this offense, even though they get rid of it quick. They'll do these type of passes, have success, and then they'll hold the ball and look to throw it 20 and 30 yards down the field. So, talked about it already. So far, a good mixture of short and long throws by this Eagles offense.
It was our next-gen stats you just saw from the 39 of the Steelers. Still got it. Takes the handoff twice. And it's over the head of Burton. All week, you heard about the comparisons. You know, Wentz is a whole lot like Ben Roethlisberger. You know, the size, it's there.
Yep.
Coming from, you know, not one of the superpowers of college football.
Powers, nope.
Both taken in the 1st round.
Rightly so. There's no doubt. It's 2 games, but you can see that Wentz is physically what he's done. He is a 1st-round talent. Now, if he can throw the ball, he throws it great or well. But Ben Roethlisberger, one of the best throwers in the NFL.
2nd and 10. Well, he threw that one with a lot of zip, didn't he?
Yeah, he got behind it and let it go. That's what I love about him. Not afraid, an aggressive thrower.
Selleck for 15 here.
Hooked it up. He saw the defender coming across the field. That was Mike Mitchell, who's an excellent center fielder for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Carson Wentz, hey, you can see it and you can react. But when the ball gets there that fast, nothing you can do.
Wendell Smallwood, rookie from West Virginia, the running back, with the handle here. There goes Smallwood, and he almost broke it.
Well, the left side of the line does a great job. Jason Peters, Alan Barber, Selleck the tight end. They got Trey Burton out there. They just seal it off, inside, kick it out, and they've done the reverse off of it. They did a screen off that, and finally they hand it off, and they caught the Steelers defense by surprise. So that's what you want to do. You want to have a package with every look to keep the defense guessing.
And Kelsey also moving quickly and throwing a big block for 11 before Sean Davis grabbed him by the ankle. May have saved the score. First down from the 13. Nothing there this time. Steelers clog it up for Smallwood, and we go back to Tracy.
Jim, 2 injuries for the Steelers defense. Safety Robert Golden dealing with a right hamstring injury. He is doubtful to return. And Jarvis Jones just came off the field limping. It is his left ankle. They're taping it up right now. Jim?
Those are tough ones. Golden being out. He's been off to a great start. Hadn't missed a tackle. If you judge it that way, the Steeler coach is telling me. They do have Sean Davis, so high draft pick, playing safety.
2nd and 9, 12th play of the drive. And you saw Shazier on the sideline. That's a touchdown. Jordan Matthews from Carson Wentz.
Really good job. 6'5", he just stood there flat-footed. Carson Wentz. Tight end goes out. Wide receiver comes under and just sticks it right to the chest of Matthews. Caught the Steelers in a little tight man-to-man and nobody inside to help them out.
Sturgis adds the extra point. So the 12th play of the drive results in a 12-yard touchdown pass from Wentz to Matthews. And it's 10-0 Eagles.
Well, they double the tight end coming down the middle, but here's Jordan Matthews is going to be singled, gets inside, and look, there's nobody in there since they're doubling the tight end. They're doubling the other side, Dorial Green Beckham. And boy, this is tough for William Gay. He hesitates just a second. That's all you need in this league.
He hit 6 different receivers on that drive. 7 completions overall on that one series. And he now has 4 touchdown passes in 2 games and a little more than a quarter and no interceptions.
I tell him he's playing the Steelers.
Toussaint brings it out. And again, it's well covered. Keeps him short of the 20. Matthews finds the end zone for the 2nd time this year. Well, now Lawrence Timmons runs in with the team doctor, Dr. Bradley, and the Steelers offense from the 17. Its 3rd series of the game. And it opens up with a pass knocked down, well defended by Malcolm Jenkins. Jenkins, who along with Ron Brooks stood during the anthem, but with a raised fist. Great play here by Jenkins.
Beautiful play by Jenkins. They brought Antonio Brown across the formation to give him room to run and take off. I thought he was going to beat Jenkins across the field, but you saw his speed. He went underneath, almost got the interception.
Very close. Roethlisberger, bodies around him, able to get it out of there to James for 5, maybe 6. With NFL Game Pass, watch the games you missed with condensed games in 45 minutes or the full broadcast versions. Start a free trial today at NFL.com/Game Pass. 3rd and 5. It's more like 4 to go here as Roethlisberger going deep down the field, and that one is hauled in by Sammy Coates, who for the 3rd time now this year has gone deep. Once for 44, another for 53, this one for 41.
Top of the screen. I'm going to tell us straight about the top of the screen. Look all the way up there. Sammy Coates, guy in the middle of the field. And the Steelers, if you play 1 safety back instead of 2, they said it, we are going deep. And Sammy Coates Came on last week, caught a deep pass from Ben Roethlisberger in the rain at Cincy that was a huge play in the second half. And once again, we see the best deep thrower in the NFL, and that's Big Ben.
How about that? 3 catches for Coach already this year, over 40 as Roethlisberger
Beautiful.
has that one right on the mark for Antonio Brown. His 4th catch.
Antonio's just covered, smothered, not even a chance of being open. Watch it. Ron Brooks says, I got you. Oh, and he throws a back shoulder. They've done this so much. And Roethlisberger on his long passes, he's thrown and completed just as many as anybody in the NFL. But he has such great touch on him and throws them high to let these speed receivers, just run under it and make a catch.
That one went for 20. Back to the red zone.
Tire out that defensive line.
Here they toss it. And good bit of running just to salvage a yard out of that. Darrell Richardson. Let's go to Tracy.
Jim, another injury for the Steelers defense. You saw linebacker Lawrence Timmons go to the locker room. It is a left shin injury. The good news, he is probable to return, Jim.
Okay. They certainly have been nicked early. Wentz watching his defense. His defense told us when he's playing, they love to watch him.
They get up. They want to see everything the big rookie's doing.
2nd and 9. It's Coates. Wide receiver screen, and beautiful piece of tackling there by Malcolm Jenkins.
Well, Malcolm Jenkins off to a really good start. They like this. They think if you're playing man-to-man coverage, they got it set up. The blocks are there, but Malcolm Jenkins, nobody there to account from him. Comes from the deep middle of the field to make the tackle. Philly, under Jim Schwartz, so much more aggressive, up the field, in your face. None of this sit back, which we saw the last couple years.
3rd and 7.
Kind of fits the city, doesn't it? Let's go and fight.
No question. And they whistle at 10 at last.
And look who it was.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox.
He talked about that. He goes, most quarterbacks just fall down when you're around them. And he said, Ben Roethlisberger, he told the guys all week, when you get him, grab him, and fall with him.
How many guys in the league would not have fumbled that? I mean, with that Cox on him.
Hard for Ben. You see the coverage, but so many defenders around him, he couldn't even look down the field.
Boswell from 40, the last one blocked, but this one is good. Coming into this game, the Steelers were 5 for 5 in the red zone. 5 times in, 5 touchdowns. Today, they're 1 for 2. That one being a field goal. Saturday, it's the best game from the best conference when the Tennessee Vols tangle with the Georgia Bulldogs. It all begins with the CBS College Football Special and College Football Today next Saturday. And already a casualty in the coaching ranks of the SEC as Les Miles fired today, dismissed by LSU.
Wow.
Didn't even make it out of September.
It's tough down there. High expectations. We'll say this. How about Tennessee finally beat Florida yesterday, so they're undefeated this year. And of course, we heard from the truck, Lance Barrel, Texas guy, Texas A&M, they're undefeated too. Don't want to slight them.
Yeah, defeating Arkansas last night. Here's the run back by Huff. And they're flying around out there. Coates, who had the big catch, the 41-yard catch to set up the field goal, makes the tackle. We're going to step aside here mid-second.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AutoTrader. Find your perfect new, used, or certified car on AutoTrader. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. And by Align Probiotic. Live 24/7 with Align.
You saw last Tuesday the Eagles having some of the players join students of the Rock to the Future's Music Corps program, helping clean up a local playground. And here come the Eagles on offense with another completion. Wentz again unloading it quickly.
Started doing, he likes to look. He goes, you know, you got to look good, feel good to play good.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand it. I can maybe do the, well, I can't do anything now. But it's just a little style, and it kind of gives him a little flair. He loves it.
Yeah, he's used to it. He's been doing it for a long time. He's got a little pad on that elbow, too. Nice little cut, little jump cut. Aguilar for 7 more. And, but we were talking previously about the comparison here, about Ben, and is this the next Ben? When we proposed that thought to Mike Tomlin, because it's been out there all week in the media, he said, every year I hear about the next Ben.
Yes, he's true.
Because the measurables look to be the same, but he says, my guy has a lot of things that don't show up in the measurables that make him such a special talent.
No question. But I think this guy's got a lot of those measurables that are going to come out over the years.
2nd and 3. And James Harrison on top.
And, being from a small school, so many people talked about, it's going to be a problem. But
here's some guys that you can say small schools that were first-round draft picks.
There you go.
Names like Bradshaw and Pastorini, Doug Williams, and Phil Simms along Ken O'Brien, Steve McNair, Joe Flacco. Here's Carson Wentz.
You know what I like about it? All small schools, and everybody did well in the NFL.
Well, how many of them ended up going on to the Super Bowl, at least taking a team to the Super Bowl?
Quite a few. I don't know the exact number. I know you know. But, there's another guy who went in the 2nd round from Portland State that gets left out in that conversation. Neil Lomax was a terrific quarterback who should have been a first-round draft pick.
He was a 2nd-round pick.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 on that list. We're not going to include Wentz since he's just in Game 3. Ended up either playing in a Super Bowl or winning.
An illegal snap by the center. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Or in the case of someone I know, happened to win the most valuable player at a Super Bowl.
For once, I don't have a smart comeback.
I know it. You were trying.
I'm almost humbled.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, where you're talking about the draft, and Wentz was the 2nd pick overall. The draft next year, next April, next spring, will be right here in Philadelphia. Here's 3rd and 5. And it's just out of reach there. And the flag does come in. Aguilar was the target. Gay, the defender.
Yeah, the first look, it looked like Gay did have
pass interference. Defense number 22. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic.
In the slot. Does he grab him? That looks different on replay. You're allowed to touch him. You're allowed to put your hand on him. You just can't pull him. And I did not see that pull in the replay. But
number 64 is an eligible receiver. 64 is eligible.
Matt Tobin, you're hearing, is eligible on that line.
Here we go. Just another look. 3 big linemen to the right, or tight end. 2 tight ends and a lineman.
Fake to Matthews. Wentz, he's got all kinds of room, and he's going to run out of bounds for another 1st down.
Right now, Doug Peterson is saying in his ear, "Attaway, big guy, don't take the hit." Because that's been a big story around here, and with the coaches. Took some hits against the Chicago Bears he really should never have taken. But, hey, young man, you're invincible.
See Connor Barwin on that sideline. Defensive lineman for the Eagles encouraging the quarterback as he's running toward him. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Controlling the clock once again, this Eagles offense.
Sproles. Give him 4. And let's hand it off here to Tracy on the sideline.
Jim, the big emphasis for Carson Wentz this week, avoid unnecessary hits today. Doug Peterson told me he showed Wentz films of Alex Smith, who he coached at Kansas City, how he uses his legs but gets out of bounds. Quarterbacks coach John DeFilippo told me before the game he had a very spirited conversation with Carson Wentz this week about being smart. Jim?
Yeah, well, Doug Peterson, the last 3 years serving under Andy Reid as the offensive coordinator in Kansas City. Here's the handoff to Barner, and look at him go.
Look at this offensive line go. Man, they're just controlling the tempo. 71. Oh, shoot. Tried to draw on him. Number 71 left tackle, Jason Peters. Good job getting down the field. Actually gets 2 people out of the play.
You also see Jordan Matthews down here shielding and blocking. That one for 14 yards to Barner. And Barner will stay in the game. All 4 running backs have had either rushes or catches And a new set of downs. Wentz in trouble. And he is smothered. Incomplete pass is the ruling. Anthony Chickalo was the one driving Wentz into the ground.
Of course, this could be reviewed or challenged. His arm is going forward. Looks like he's got control of the football.
And pass thrown in the direction of Trey Burton.
Yes, incomplete pass.
Good Anthony Chickalo, though, busting across. Second-year player out of Miami, taken in the 6th round a year ago. It was a 2nd and 10. To the ground. Up the middle. And the Steelers have that completely covered up by Vince Williams and others for 3. He's not a lawyer, but he knows how to win the case. Michael Weatherly in TV's #1 new show, Bull. New episode Tuesday after NCIS on America's #1 network.
Well, there's Keith Butler trying to slow this offense down. You talked about it. The big thing is you get in these situations, hold them to a field goal attempt.
As we approach 3 minutes to go in the second. Here's Wentz. Sproles reached out and grabbed it a second time, and he takes it inside the 20, but it's 4th down, and they'll call on Sturgis for the field goal.
How about the protection, though? Boy, he's bouncing around back there and has time to look for the 2nd and 3rd receiver. Good coverage that time, but he still found Sproles out to the right. Just look at it. Man, that's beautiful. The pocket. Didn't take a chance. That's a great thing by a rookie. Game managing very well in these first 3 games.
38 yards, and Sturgis delivers the 3. 3 drives by Philadelphia in this game. They've scored on all 3 drives. 2 field goals and a touchdown. And lead it 13-3 with 2:25 to go in the half. Doug Peterson, if he wins today, will be the first ever Eagles coach to win his first 3 games. And coming over from Kansas City, where he was the offensive coordinator under Andy Reid, he said, how did you put your staff together?
Yeah, well, first thing he did, he got Frank Reich. You know, he knew him, never really coached with him, but he was a coordinator for San Diego. Then he got Jim Schwartz, who I think was the really big pickup to get this Eagles defense back to what they really are. A 4-3 defense, get up the field and cause havoc.
It's interesting. Reich in the same division, AFC West. There's Jim Schwartz. Reich was the offensive coordinator with the San Diego Chargers. Yeah, we never coached together, but I always got a chance to see him a couple times a year, and I admired what he was doing. So we put those 2 guys together, and everything else has fallen into place after Reich and Schwartz.
And let's just say this real quick. Carson Wentz looks terrific here in the first half, and he looked terrific in his first 2 games. But you got Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, ex-players, coordinators, then John DeFilippo, an ex-coordinator. You got a lot of people that can tell him who have been in the action what it feels like and how to react, and they can mature a quarterback faster.
How about 16 out of 20 for Wentz? 80%. And a touchdown throw to Jordan Matthews. The game's only touchdown. Steelers, 3 timeouts, 2:25 to go. First half. Down 10. D'Angelo Williams, what a cut. Bounces back out, was trying to work middle. And another yellow marker is present.
Man, that was a long throw, but we've seen this a lot from D'Angelo Williams, the inside kick, bounce out.
Offense number 78, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's called on Alejandro Villanueva, who actually the Steelers found as a member of the practice squad with the Eagles, signed him off their practice squad back in 14.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin talked about Villanueva, kind of had him in a competition with Ryan Harris in training camp just to make him earn it, to keep working, and huge man to say the least.
Spot foul. It's 1st and 14. Now Villanueva, every bit of 6'8", former Army Ranger who served in Afghanistan, and it's a quick toss to Brown to the 31. And we're going to hit the 2-minute warning after that 10-yard gain. See if the Steelers can do a little business before halftime. Outside linebacker coach Joey Porter.
Yep. Yelling at him, rightly so. The defense just doesn't have the sense of urgency and the speed that we've seen from them the first 2 games, or what we're used to seeing from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
2nd and 4. Roethlisberger well protected, and after 5 straight completions, he just throws that one away over the head of Brown. The Verizon halftime reports coming up with JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report. How about the 2 NFC finalists a year ago, if you will? Carolina and Arizona are both 1 and 2. The 2 AFC championship game participants, Denver and New England, are both 3 and 0. We'll have scores and highlights coming up. 3rd and 4. Caught and immediately brought down. No chance for the first. McLeod able to put the quick tackle on Rodgers.
I was going to say big 3rd down, because if you don't pick it up, well, look how quick they got there. Ron Brooks, McLeod, the safety. The Eagles have all 3 timeouts. So you try a quick pass out there. The Eagles called the timeout there to save the clock.
Yep, stopped it at 1:46.
Eagles are running around like the Steeler defense usually does.
Running around and flying around.
Flying around.
Coaches always use that talk now.
Look,
they're flying around out there.
Got to let it go completely. Play passive in the NFL, you lose.
What a kick by Barry. Sproles, though, so dangerous. Returns it to the 20. Shamarko Thomas on the tackle after a 63-yard punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light, beer with your team on it. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We're back with just 1:33 to go. Scoring on each of the first 3 drives. The Eagles from the 20.
120! What's up?
And with 2 timeouts. Dangerous throw that time. Broken up by Artie Burns, the first-round pick out of Miami.
Well, they've seen enough of these little quick throws outside, so Artie Burns did not even flinch, stayed right in there. And to turn around, he had a chance to intercept it. But a first-round pick, you said it. Artie Burns, Sean Davis, Javon Hargrave, a defensive lineman, number 79, all young guys, and they have great hopes for all 3.
You saw combined only 48 yards rushing in this game and 299 in the air. Sproles. He is swallowed up at the 20, and a timeout called by Pittsburgh. As Shazier keeps coming in and out. He's not been 100%, but makes the play that time. We're coming out of a Pittsburgh timeout. It's a 3rd and 11 for the Eagles. Takes going right, goes left. It's Burton. Burton's going to have the first down and out to the 35. And remember again, the Eagles have 2 timeouts of their own.
What a play call. What execution. The misdirection plays. That's what they do so much of. The fake screen right or the quick throw, and then everybody goes left, and he dumps it off to Darren Sproles.
Coming into this game, they were 0 for 12 through the first 2 weeks on 3rd and 10 and longer. They just completed 3rd and 11. Wentz looking for more, and it's just a little too high for Burton. James Harrison, though, may have forced that pass to be a little high because he was closing in on Wentz. And there are the guys back in the studio. Watching all the games, CBS with 3 games in this doubleheader window today with the Jets at Kansas City, San Diego at Indianapolis. We'll have all the updates and all the recaps of the 1 o'clock games on the Verizon halftime report.
James Harrison just saved points.
Yes, he did.
That was going to be a big play. Take him down inside the 30 at worst. Pressure on the quarterback.
2nd and 10 From behind, they almost got to him, and it's dropped. Harrison again was just a fraction shy of getting to Wentz, but influencing what happened.
Yeah, look at the left tackle, number 71, Jason Peters. And James Harrison just keeps working the edge. Man, you're right, that was close to a fumble. Amazing, isn't it? All these years, he left Pittsburgh, went to Cincinnati, and said, you know, Cincinnati's a great place, but it's not Pittsburgh. So he came back to home and has been really good since he came back.
And like William Gay, he left for a while, came back. 3rd and 10. Then they convert 3rd and long again, no. As Sproles steps out of bounds.
Great hustle. I think it was which linebacker, just the speed of the linebackers stopped the first down. That's Vince Williams. Boy, he came out of nowhere to save that first down.
And push him out of bounds and save a timeout if they want to do anything here, as Shazier has been really in pain through these first 2 quarters.
He's grabbing his arm. Well, he's just grabbing his arm because something else hurts, but got hurt on that first blitz of the game.
Yeah, he's been doing that throughout. Breathing in pain. Rodgers. A whole swarm of Philadelphia special teamers down there on him. And it's finished off at the 15-yard line.
Let's see what happens here. But what a first half for the Eagles offense. And of course, maybe even more credit to the defense holding this high-powered offense. Ben Roethlisberger has the time to throw, just can't find enough guys down the field open.
How about Doug Peterson's offense now through 10 quarters? Assuming they're not going to get the ball back here before half. 10 quarters without a giveaway.
You were actually worried about jinxing them, weren't you?
You know, you get accused of being the old announcer's jinx.
Hey, I listen to y'all in golf, and it is true. Y'all jinx more people than in the world. Well, he never misses.
It's all our fault. Now let's see if Roethlisberger can. Well, he's going to go to the ground.
That's the thing to do.
Quick tackle on D'Angelo by Benny Logan.
You know, really in that situation, I'm just going to nitpick. I would get under there and kneel. Just kneel. Don't even hand it off, because we've seen many instances where that fumbles occurred, where it turns things around. Just kneel on the ball.
Did that go as quickly as I thought it did?
It did. It was fast, furious, a lot of fun.
Pittsburgh rushed for 15 yards in that first half. Down by 10, and let's go to Tracy.
Thanks a lot, Coach. The question coming in, how would Carson Wentz fare against this defense? What stood out to you so far?
Well, his poise in the pocket, number one, and the fact that, he's been making some good decisions with the football. We just got to keep battling here in the second half, and we got to get our run game going. That'll help them a little bit more here in the second half.
How about your defense and how you've been able to contain this offense so far?
They've done an excellent job. It always starts up front with the defensive line and the pass rush. We've done a great job down the field. We just got to continue to put pressure on Big Ben. He's a big target back there, great in the pocket. So we just got to keep playing hard.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
That's the end of the first half with the score: Philadelphia 13 and Pittsburgh 3. We'll be back with the Verizon Halftime Report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Back here with the Eagles leading at 13-3. Let's take a look at the first half highlight presented by DirecTV. And it's Wentz to Matthews. Matthews' only catch of the first half went for 12 yards and the game's only touchdown thus far.
DirecTV, direct throw, right in there.
Been a lot of direct throws. Roethlisberger 13 out of 18 for 147. And again, Wentz in that first half completing 72% of his passes. 17 shy of 200. And they're going to take the knee and begin at the 25. And again, CBS Sports so happy and pleased to be trying to help spread the awareness in this Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And we're trying to throw our support behind the great folks at St. Jude, their research hospital, doing just remarkable things.
Wonderful work. These ties, we got the pins. Proud to be a part of it.
What are you expecting here second half?
Well, second half, let's see. Carson Wentz dropped back, or he threw the ball 25 times, was not sacked. That's really impressive. And I think give him a lot of credit. But the play calling, the play design, that to me is almost as important or more important for a quarterback to have success in the NFL. So you take his talent and you give him a scheme, and we're seeing these numbers put up by a rookie.
We're good, we're good. 120! 120!
And it is Smallwood. And no gain for Wendell Smallwood, the rookie from West Virginia. Let's get the halftime report from Tracy.
Well, Jim, I spoke with Mike Tomlin, and obviously he was not happy with his team's defensive performance in the first half. He said it is three things: the screen game, tackling, and penalties. He's expecting a better effort in the second half. 2 injury updates. Ryan Shazier will continue to try and play through that knee injury, but linebacker Lawrence Timmons taken to the hospital with that left shin injury, Jim.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was Timmons early. Again, this is over an hour ago. Being treated on the sideline, taken to a local hospital. 2nd and 10. Wentz fires it in there to Matthews for his second grab. Goes for 7. And these first half numbers, not a lot that we saw on the ground on either side. We heard Coach Peterson telling Tracy on the way to the locker room wanted to see that running game somehow get activated in the second half.
Yeah, he'd like to see that, you know. I tell you what, how about that Doug Peterson just sit there, answered the questions for Tracy, and gave direct answers and real answers. Not saying the other coaches don't, but I'm sure Tracy would have about the fact that he did what he did.
Well, the coach on the other sideline, one of the best interviews in the game.
No question.
And this is going to back up the Eagles, I believe. Pre-snap penalty, 5.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And you know what this does, all the short passes now, it takes it to 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. So they're going to let you throw it 6 or 7 yards maybe, and the Steelers are great at watching the quarterback, dropping back, and attacking and making these tackles wherever the guy catches it. So let's see if they play a zone coverage and try to react to the throw.
Here's 3rd and 8. Oh, he sidesteps one Steeler defender and finds Sproles. Sproles cuts back to the middle. No one will be. Well, yes, hold on a minute. Sproles wiggles twice, and yes, he takes it home for the touchdown. When he gets into the open field, it's almost impossible. 73 yards. Wentz improvising at one end, and Sproles doing his thing at the other.
He fooled you 3 times on that touchdown run, but it's Carson Wentz. Nobody open, breaks the pocket, and he knows he's not going to run for the first down, so he goes along the line of scrimmage, and what a good adjustment by Sproles.
Look at that twice.
Like I don't know what it's like. It's quick, it's fast. Darren Sproles, boy, watching him in practice the other day, I just go, it's like he looks like the running back that I saw years ago. So quick, so fast, and explosive.
His longest reception in 7 years. Again, 73 yards. And since 2007, he leads the NFL in all-purpose yardage. When he gets in that open field in the return game, or like this occasion, the receiving game, you can't get him. Sproles for the touchdown.
Well, Carson Wentz, good in the pocket, steps up, and watch how he throws this football. You want him when you're on the run, throw it sidearm, stay on that right foot. He does it. Ryan Shazier has Darren Sproles, and he's caught. Oh, let me go get the quarterback. Oh, so whatever he did or was going to do, it was going to be wrong.
Darren Sproles carried the football so often at Kansas State. 42 times, in fact, in one game. His idol was Barry Sanders growing up. His father gave him the nickname Tank, believe it or not. And when he played in the Senior Bowl, he left an impression on Mike Tomlin, of all people. He said he killed us in that Senior Bowl long ago. And that is the longest reception by an Eagle running back since '94 in Herschel Walker, when he had a 93-yard reception that didn't even go for a score, believe it or not, on 93 yards.
Well, pass protection, look at that graphic, but pass protection has been very good by the Eagles offensive line. It should get better because you've got to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Jeff Lurie, I saw him in practice on Friday, Jim.
He doesn't miss many, does he?
No, and he went to the workouts of the quarterbacks, and man, was he smiling Friday afternoon talking about Carson Wentz, smiling even bigger right now. They got the guy they wanted.
That's Antonio Brown out to the 29. Yes, they traded up with Cleveland to get right behind the Rams with the second pick, and you were pressing to find out for sure. Did you know for sure? You wanted Wentz, but were you sure that the Rams weren't going to take him?
Right. And then finally, what was the answer? Well, we were 99.9%
sure. Yeah.
Okay, that was good enough.
Second and 5. And Big Ben hasn't been here in a regular season game in 8 years. Snap was off the marks. He recovers and gets the completion. What a job by Roethlisberger to get it to Brown right in front of Jalen Mills.
Going to be interesting to see where his feet or part. Was he in bounds? Boy, what a job by Roethlisberger.
I think he did it.
Man.
Brown's 7th catch. We got a challenge flag out. Antonio Brown is clapping because he thinks it's just going to cost the Eagles a timeout when it's all vetted.
Yeah, but it's a big play. Information didn't look great, but it's a good challenge.
It's challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. We'll review the play.
So it will be reviewed. A 19-yard reception.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Walmart. Save money, live better. And by Hyundai, official sponsor of the NFL.
The ruling on the field to catch. Let's see.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a completed catch. Philadelphia is charged a timeout and their first challenge. It will be first down.
First down for Pittsburgh from its own 49.
Well, Antonio Brown has come to play today. There's no doubt about that. What he needs, as we watch this, it's the catch is just routine for him. But watch the back right heel. Just the awareness to make sure he gets it down. But they're rolling towards Antonio Brown. They double covered him. Somebody else has to win a battle.
7-step drop and shakes off a sack and gets the pass away incomplete to D'Angelo Williams.
Vinny Curry, number 75. This is what I love about this team. Coming around the right edge. Talked about it earlier. They have a 4-3. Vinny Curry, guys like him, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, they were made to play in this type of defense. They get up the field, disrupt plays, get to the quarterback.
Williams, great cut. First down to the 37. Pouncey, one of those who opened it up.
Well, Marquise Pouncey, the center, gets up the field and gets the block and gets Bradham where he cannot get outside and get that tackle. Marquise Pouncey, I'm not saying he is, but he looks a lot like Dermontti Dawson. Remember that great center that he can pull like a fullback, get out in front, and make blocks down the field.
One of the great ones for sure. First and 10. Pump fake, wants to go long. And overthrows Jesse James, and he knows he had him.
Good job. It's a double move to the outside. It's not open. Everybody goes to the double move. and Ben Roethlisberger. Watch him look out to the left. Sammy Coates trying to go up the sideline. Finds a second receiver. Could have been a touchdown. He knows it.
2nd and 10. Roethlisberger in 6+ quarters in this stadium has not had a touchdown yet, as that ball is nearly picked by Nolan Carroll, pass in the direction of Eli Rogers.
Little blitz that time and a zone behind it. So nobody is out there threatening Nolan Carroll, so he could drop back and get in the throwing lane. Good mix of the blitz that time by Jim Schwartz.
Third and 10. Got the time, and again almost picked as Rogers was on the ground
and open.
And McLeod saw it go through his arms.
Rogers gets up limping. Protection was tremendous. Once Rogers inside, just tries to make the adjustment. It goes down and got up limping. So
watch Jordan Berry. He excelled at this on Monday night, as good as you'll see it done. These pooch kicks and keeping teams inside the 10. Or last week, I should say. Got a flag down. He got run into again. It was against Cincinnati last week. And let's see.
Well,
looks like it's going to be here against the Eagles.
Do you take the 5 yards and go for it on 4th down?
Maragos was the one who made contact, so it's either 4th and 5, and it's going to.
He wants the penalty, Mike Tom.
Create an interesting little decision here.
Yeah, do you kick a long field goal or you go for it?
He's bringing the offense out.
Yep.
Running into the kicker, number 46 defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. It will be 4th down.
And already they brought out the offensive line and setting up a play here for 4th and 5 at the 33. It's Maragos running into him. Running onto the field at the last moment is Hayward Bay.
Big break for the Steelers. Can they take advantage of it? I like what Mike Tomlin's doing here. I thought he might try a long field goal to get it to a 2-score game. But as he has said to us many times, has a lot of faith in his quarterback.
Pass almost intercepted, just out of the hands of Jenkins. And boy, was that secondary. Got another flag down, though, at the line of scrimmage. That secondary's been jumping these routes.
The speed. Jenkins comes from far back.
Holding. Offense, number 66. That penalty is declined.
Jim Schwartz defense. That was impressive. And that speed was, too.
We've seen it twice today by Malcolm Jenkins. A double cover, really, on Antonio Brown. Stops the 4th down play.
And you can see on the back of the caps for the officials the number 31. That's in honor of Chad Brown, a great NFL official from '92 through 2014. He passed away just a few weeks ago at the age of 68. He was an umpire and officiated at 2 Super Bowls, and he wore uniform number 31, being remembered by his mates.
Well, that Eagle defense showing some energy, don't they? I mean, man, I know the crowd's behind them, but what a difference. You think coaching doesn't make a difference in the NFL? If you don't think it doesn't, you're crazy.
1st and 10. pup. Steelers covered up, but that draws a flag on Gay. Who says it's the other way? Who committed the personal foul?
Personal foul, grasping the face mask in the 22 defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Well, they were going for the home run that time. They were faking the screen, trying to go deep. It was not there, and then Wentz gets rid of it quickly again outside. The Steelers. It's one of these situations where you just got to go, hey, somebody just make a play. Make a play to turn this thing around, to get us going, to change momentum, to take the confidence away from the Eagles and from their quarterback, from their play callers.
The officials going to have a little meeting back at the 40, and he spotted the ball at the 48. Might be just a little question about the placement here. And we're told that Eli Rogers, who stumbled on that route on the last series, the receiver for Coach Mike Tomlin, injured a toe, and they are saying that he's out for the rest of the game. That's the word we're hearing from Pittsburgh right now. Draw play, and good for only one. Barner brought down by Tuitt. Hayward in there. But this Pittsburgh defense has seen a couple of its players as well. We just mentioned Rodgers, the receiver, but with Shazier, he's been hurt. Timmons taken to a local hospital with that shin injury. You see Justin Gilbert, backup corner, who was the first-round pick of Cleveland a couple of years ago, traded right before the start of the regular season over to Pittsburgh. 2nd and 9. They blitz, it's picked up, and Wentz takes advantage to sell it. Gain of 24.
Darren Sproles gets William Gay. Carson Wentz, nice and relaxed. It's a blitz with a zone behind it. You're just trying to fool the offense to get a sack without taking the big risk of being up there tight. And beautiful touch by the rookie quarterback,
who's approaching 300 yards passing. And we're not halfway through the third quarter. He's within 13 of 300. They're going without Zach Ertz, and Selleck's doing a fine job here today. Burton also, and that is Sproles with a big body on his back. Jarvis Jones, who was shaken up early but has returned.
You know, talking to Carson Wentz yesterday, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, he just said, we ran a complex system up at North Dakota State. And it's like I heard John Gruden saying he does all those quarterback camps with them during the offseason. You know, teams just didn't line up to play North Dakota State.
No,
they're good.
Hey, how about
really good?
5 straight national championships,
so
of which he contributed to the last 2.
Between the system and somebody said, oh, it's a big jump in the NFL. He goes, you know, I'm going to have better talent around me too.
There's a handoff up the middle. And that is Smallwood showing a quick burst. His second carry of the day that went for more than 10. This for 14.
Trey Burton comes across, number 47. Plays tight end, does a lot of different things for him. 47 gets a block, and look at the blocking on the front side.
Yeah, Alan Barber,
Lane Johnson, everybody.
Yeah. I can tell you're blown away by this offensive line.
Well, the offensive line is good, but they just keep you off balance with so many different types of plays.
First down, 13-yard line. Smallwood again with the quickness down to the 1. Again, Barber, the left guard, had a crucial block for another 12-yard gain.
Left guard pulls around. Gets the block. Been a very good run blocker so far this year. Alan Barber, the left guard.
Smallwood drafted in the 5th round, looking pretty good too. They bring in Bo Allen, the defender. He comes in these short goal line situations as a fullback. 94. Smallwood, the tailback on 1st and goal. Smallwood, 3rd straight carry, and he's denied. He is pushed back by Cameron Hayward.
Cameron Hayward, 97 against Jason Peters. Oh, what a job. Man. Watch 97. Right defensive end over number 71. Pushes him back, gets rid of it.
I tell you, Bo Allen did what he was supposed to do, though. He took out the man he was supposed to get.
Yeah, Bo Allen. That is one big fullback when he comes into the game. He can run. I mean, he's a defensive lineman, but he can really run when you watch him.
2nd and goal, they go to the gun. And going to run. In for the touchdown. It's Wendell Smallwood.
You don't see this too often. Double team. Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks, and then Brent Selleck gets the block, the tight end. Pittsburgh's defense, it's tired. 87 seals the edge. There's nobody to block for Barber when he comes around.
This kid Smallwood, Phil, had 3 carries the first 2 weeks. He's got 7 today for 39 yards, and he did a lot of the heavy lifting, if you will, on this touchdown drive, including the touchdown itself. 2nd touchdown of the quarter for the Eagles. They've taken the 10-point halftime lead and expanded it now to 24.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network. And by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
Well, the Eagles, without their tight end, and that's one player that Mike Tomlin spoke highly of in our production meeting. Ryan Matthews has done basically nothing in this game. And still with that, 27 points put up by Philadelphia. And the defense just as impressive.
Oh, it really has. They were off to a slow start when it came to getting pressure on Ben Roethlisberger, but they had made up for it all around him. Look, he has to pull the ball down. He's had some guys uncovered down the field, a tip pass, but as big and strong as he is, not able to overcome it. And it's all about the way they play defense. Be frantic up front, the defensive line, and almost out of control. That's what Jim Schwartz teaches. And it's finally caught on and started working big time in this game for this Eagle defensive front.
You saw that note there, 10 sacks allowed by the Steelers in this stadium and producing 9 points. We'll get back to that as Roethlisberger again has pressure and it's incomplete. We were here in 2008, the last time Pittsburgh came to Philadelphia, and the Eagles beat the Steelers 15-6. Ben was sacked 8 times. Leftwich ended up coming in at the end. He got sacked for a 9th time overall for the Steelers that day, and Ben went back a despondent guy on the plane ride back. When they landed, he said, "I felt like quitting football."
He was truthful, yes. Went over and visited one of the Brett Kiesel. Talked to him about it.
Tackled at the 30. Brown with an 8th catch.
But I remember that game. I know it was quite a few years ago, but it was one of the worst beatings I've ever watched a quarterback take in the National Football League. But they straightened it out.
Yeah, they did go on to straighten it out that season.
They did.
Yes, they did. But he did go over to Kiesel's house. Kiesel talked it through with the quarterback, and it was a beatdown that day. But the point is now, as we approach late 3rd quarter in this stadium, going back to 08 and now today, they still haven't put up a touchdown against the Eagles, and incomplete. There's going to be a flag here. Mills got turned around trying to somehow shield Antonio Brown.
it's just there's nothing I talk about this every week. There's just so little you can do.
Defense number 31. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
I mean, you see these defensive backs are always in tremendous position. Look at Jalen Mills, top of the screen. He's good. He's expecting a back shoulder throw. He doesn't know for sure what it is. And runs into Antonio Brown. Every time they're one-on-one, though, it's automatic. He is going to throw it to Antonio Brown.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Week 3 continues tonight. Sunday Night Football on NBC. Chicago's at Dallas tomorrow on ESPN. Atlanta and New Orleans Thursday night. NFL Network. We'll join you from Miami at Cincinnati.
Ooh, we always show these charts. It's always green. That's not good when you see X's. This is not bowling.
Yeah, it's a lot of strikes and spares. Yeah. Too many strikes.
Too many strikes here.
1st and 15. There's the time he wants. And it comes out of the hands of Marcus Wheaton, who has struggled mightily in this game.
Yeah, confidence is gone. No doubt about it. Been out. First game back. Receiving the football. He kept his eyes on it.
It's his 3rd drop of the game.
Yep, what can you do? All you can do is put it on the money. Receivers, anybody, confidence is an unbelievable thing. You need it to let your body perform. Jim Schwartz, he doesn't like confidence, that's for sure, with his defense.
Hayward Bay at the bottom. 2nd and 15. There's a good pass thrown in there again to Brown for a first down. And it picks up 17.
Now, how's that for confidence? He zoots it, doesn't he? Just jumped up and rips the football out of the air.
Brown goes over 100. They give him 18 on that catch. His 9th catch of the game.
Tell you what, that was a good example of Ben Roethlisberger. When he decides he wants to put some heat on it, he just says, okay, here it comes. Can change speeds as good as any quarterback in the league.
Now they come in and they take him down. The sack put up by Benny Logan.
Benny Logan beats the right guard, David DeCastro. Just keep pushing. They keep working. Connor Barwin makes Roethlisberger step up, and that's the end.
That's the 2nd sack by the Eagles defense, and Benny Logan's had a nice afternoon here.
Benny Logan, inside, you put him and Fletcher Cox inside, that's about 650 pounds of men who can move.
2nd and 18 again, the pressure, and the ball is on the ground, picked up by the Eagles. Brandon Graham with the recovery. Fletcher Cox forced the ball out of the hands of Big Ben.
Fletcher Cox over the right guard. David DeCastro just runs him back. Watch 66. Can't stop the strength. Watch 91, Fletcher Cox. 2 plays in a row, just moves 315 pounds of a man that's in shape. And when he heard Jim Schwartz was going to be the new defensive coordinator, he knew times had changed here in Philadelphia for defensive linemen.
And he loved it too.
Oh.
He was glad to see them go back with a heavier emphasis on physicality.
Well, when you're a gifted passer, you don't want to run the wishbone.
That's right.
So when you're gifted like him, you don't want to be in a 2-gap. You want to go. In other words, rush the passer. That's what he's doing.
And you saw Graham on the sideline celebrating his recovery.
He can.
From the 41. Going for the home run ball right away, and it is incomplete. Almost hauled in by Green Beckham. And we do have a penalty marker.
Defense, number 91. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Roughing the passer.
To it.
And here at the other end, Cockrell trying to defend, and he stayed with it long enough to rip it out of his arms.
You know, Cockrell is one of the bright spots. He made some nice plays last week. He's just getting better, and you know, they drafted a rookie, so in the first round, Artie Burns, and I think in the first 2 games and here today, he's done well.
The penalty, though, on Tuitt gives him the first down at the 26. Barner, and back to that roughing the passer, there wasn't a whole lot there. There was a little contact, though, with the face mask.
That's it. If you touch the face mask, they're going to throw the penalty flag on you, Jim. That's it. Because, you know, when does it become severe enough to throw the flag? So you just got to draw the line. If you hit it, they're going to call it. Yep, hit him in the face. Couldn't even tell if he hit the face mask, but tough call, but those are the rules.
2nd and 6. It's Barner. Sweeps to the left. Got the first down. Going to be first and goal to go. How about Brent Selleck on that left side? He threw a fabulous block. Sprung him for 14.
87 and Trey Burton. The 2 tight ends did a good job. Got James Harrison blocked, and I'll tell you, we've done a lot of Steeler games over the years. Hard to remember running plays working like that against this defense.
21st first down of the game for the Eagles. And Zach Ertz sitting out again this week with a rib injury. First and goal. Hand off. Barner. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Penalty marker in the end zone.
Touchdown is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 34 of the scoring team. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So the penalty after the touchdown, the celebration by the 3rd-year back out of Oregon.
Brandon Brooks, right guard, nice block. Boy, how many times have we said nice block? Selleck gets a seal down. You know what I like about this Eagles team? Everybody contributing, all the running backs getting in there.
Extra point, Sturgis. How about this 3rd quarter? 3 touchdowns by Philadelphia to open this up to 34-3.
Well, what do you think about this score? I mean, I don't know what to say.
It's the same thing I felt on Thursday night. I'm sure many of you saw it. The Patriots shutting out the Texans 27-0, going with a rookie 3rd-string quarterback. I don't think anybody expected the game to go that way and be that dominating. And the same thing today.
Oh,
welcome to the NFL.
Just everything. This Eagles team, it doesn't even. Don't take this the wrong way. And I don't mean it, but the injury in Minnesota, Sam Bradford leaving and putting Carson Wentz here at quarterback is part of the reason we've seen this team be so dynamic. His personality, his talent.
And they have to kick it from 15 yards deeper because of the penalty. It's a return by Coates, and he just gets to the 25. NFL Play 60, the NFL's movement for a more active generation, encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Learn how you can join the NFL Play 60 movement at NFL.com/Play60. And during halftime, 4 teams from the Burt Bell Memorial Football Conference in the Philadelphia area had a scrimmage, a very special experience for all the youngsters.
And let me say this, Jim. Just like Fletcher Cox, the defensive player, said to you, he goes, I watched Carson Wentz in practice. I don't take a knee, but I sit there watching because that's how good he feels about his quarterback. Shoot, they used to cover their eyes when I'd run out there.
Well, that's a nice little cut to get out for the first down by D'Angelo Williams. Well, that trade, it's still amazing what happened. We had mentioned earlier how they traded up with Cleveland to get the second pick, but then here you are just leading up 8 days before the regular season is going to begin. And yes, you send Bradford to Minnesota for a first-round pick, and your rookie quarterback, who had been injured in preseason game number 1, is handed the starter's job.
I'll tell you what, though. I watched that preseason action. It was very limited, but everything we've seen here today, I saw in that game. I went, boy, he plays big. He can play fast. Love the arm.
Through the hands of Brown. And how many teams would do that? How many teams would turn the franchise over? I give it that, you're talking about the second pick in the draft. The Rams didn't do it, with the first pick in Goff, and he had just that one tape to look at in an Eagle uniform preseason game 1.
That's right. Well, tells you a lot about this coaching staff, doesn't it? We talked about it earlier, how they've handled him. And, man, when you've got a lot of ex-quarterbacks around, like I said, they've been there, they felt it. They know what's in the head of the quarterback, what he's thinking.
2nd and 10. And another one that goes through the hands of Brown. Tracy.
Well, Jim, Doug Peterson told us one of the things that made that trade easier was the way that Carson Wentz was able to handle the volume of information. Now, remember, he has a photographic memory, so that certainly helps. But Peterson said his recall is truly amazing, Jim.
Well said, Tracy. Photographic memory. And he came in, and they were just shocked how fast he learned the playbook.
3rd and 10. Stepping up, avoiding the sack, and well defended as they went back to Brown. It's Watkins. And the Steelers will punt in the final minute of the 3rd.
I got to tell the Steelers something. I don't think the Eagles are going to quit. So, but you got to keep playing. Their energy is still high. They're getting after Ben Roethlisberger.
Hayward Bay, fine job bringing him down in a hurry. But that trade, you look at it, it certainly has also worked out for Minnesota.
Yes, it did very well. They're 3-0, and Sam Bradford basically won their game up at home, and they, of course, won a tough one today. Kind of interesting, though, when the trade went down about Carson Wentz. What was he doing?
He was out hunting.
Out hunting.
Out in the cornfield.
Got a phone call. He goes, I think we got to go. So, really good story. Great guy, too. Just you can see, did you feel when we were talking to him that, he's just one of the guys. I love that statement because it is true when you have these quarterbacks. That it just helps the teammates feel good about him. Very confident.
And that's Barner for no gain. We had 2 carries in the first quarter by Ryan Matthews, and both lost yardage. 2 carries for -5. So he's supposed to be the guy carrying the load, but he hasn't. It's been Barner. It's been Smallwood. Sproles, of course, with the 73-yard catch and run for another score. And a huge 3rd quarter for Philadelphia comes to an end. 34-3 Eagles after 3. And you're watching the NFL on CBS. trying to figure out all these prognostications about the NFC East, which is the best team in the East. You know, is it Dallas? And of course, you know, they go through the whole Romo injury and Dak Prescott. Cowboys are playing the Bears tonight. Well, maybe it's the Giants. Giants get off to a fast start, but then lose today to the Redskins. Well, Doug Peterson and the Eagles on their way to going to 3-0.
Yeah, bring them in the conversation. I'm glad I don't have to pick games for a living. That's all.
Man 5-4, man 5-4. 120.
Wentz fires it in there for a first down. Aguilar with the catch for 11. You do pick games for a living, though, don't you? On the inside the NFL.
I meant
mine.
Where I got to put money up. Look at that. No sacks allowed today. No giveaways for the season. That is tremendous.
All of last season, in the 16 games, they had one turnover-free game.
One game
for the whole season. They've already had 2. And they're a quarter away if they can finish it off without a mistake by making it 3 for 3.
Well, no sacks. And I think this is one of the reasons why we've seen no sacks today.
Let's take a look at our next-gen stats.
The Steelers have been going with 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. And look at the time and the space that Carson Wentz has enjoyed most of the day. And that was the touchdown to Jordan Matthews. So, pretty good offensive line, this Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, people talk about when you got Lane Johnson on one side, Jason Peters on the other. Alan Barber's been tremendous. Brandon Brooks, what a pickup.
2nd and 5. Aguilar. He is wrestled down by Mike Mitchell. They have not sacked Wentz in this game.
Nope, they haven't. And just watch Wentz here, Jim. You know, you got to throw it from all angles. Let me just rip one out there, sidearm it. It's really a great way to throw these short passes to the outside.
And you know what this pass did for him? It gave him a 300-yard gain.
Wow. And he did it without the laces, so he just grabbed it and just ripped it out there. I've noticed that in the first two games, really good at making those throws behind the line of scrimmage, hard and right on target.
3rd and 3. The toss blocked perfectly, and the first down out to the 48. But there is a flag back at the 40 where there was that open lane. Smallwood was the ball carrier.
Green Beckham, nice block that time to help the run.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
.62 is the center.
Got a hole there.
Yep, grabs the jersey.
Vince Williams.
Yep. Then he peeled around and just tried to give him everything he had. Took him to the ground.
So mark it back at the 29.
Kill.
3rd and 13. Draw. Nothing there.
Yeah, good call.
Except Arthur Moats. He has the only sack. Talk about Moats here, who made that tackle. He has the only sack of the season for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's something they're going to have to rectify in Pittsburgh. Getting pressure on the quarterback, no matter how fast you are, with that linebacking group and everywhere else.
Donnie Jones to send it down to Antonio Brown. Jones had one of his punts returned on Monday night by Eddie Royal. 65-yard touchdown return. This one bouncing the wrong way for the Eagles contingent. So 34 yards is what it measured. 11 and a half to go. 34-3. Early headlines, week 3 in the NFL. Denver plays its first road game of the season and wins at Cincinnati. Long touchdown throw late in the game to Demarius broke it open. And Cam and the Panthers lose at home to Minnesota.
Their defense is real in Minnesota.
And this guy is always real. Tucker delivers the winner for the Ravens down in Jacksonville. Jags are 0-3.
People in Denver are happy. Trevor Siemian threw some long passes for touchdowns today down the field.
Down 31. Ben stays in the game. Flags down. And Brown with the catch. Philadelphia 43.
That was unbelievable how he stood in there that time and made that throw with that power. He's the most relaxed dude I've ever seen in the pocket. It's unbelievable.
It's one of those guys they often talking about how a quarterback can feel the pressure, you know, when it's behind him. You know, I've seen some of these rookie quarterbacks who have played well, but they still haven't gotten adjusted.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Wentz today because Wentz hasn't been hit that many times.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask, defense number 31. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
But Ben might be the best at that, feeling the pressure when it's closing in on him. Yeah, there's your numbers for Siemian. 4 touchdown passes.
Wow.
Over 300 yards. 8 sacks by the Vikings defense. Tucker 4 for 4, including the winner. And Rodgers threw for 4. Beating divisional rival Detroit.
You know, if the Steelers, you got to sit there, and usually I say you play till the end, 34-3. If they don't score a touchdown this drive, I would take out Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, just that last play was a good example.
He got hit, even though he completed it for 19.
They were all around him, and it just, you know, you could throw the ball with the pressure on you, your hand, your arm. There's so many things, and I'm not a big believer in taking them out, but.
Well, they end up getting 19 on the pass play, another 15 on the penalty. Able to squeeze that in there, but another flag down as James made the catch.
It's Destiny
Offside.
Valle.
Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's a great name, isn't it? Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah.
The rookie from Washington State. Vio, his last name. Undrafted making this Eagles team. Here's 1st and 5. Here they come in on him. This is what you're talking about, Phil.
This is what I talked about early in the game, too. This team was made to be a 4-3 team. Around the right edge, 55, Brandon Graham, and he did it against one of the best pass blocking tackles in the NFL.
Graham takes him down for a 9-yard sack.
Wasn't easy, but he finally, it's like you got to lasso Ben Roethlisberger to get him down.
It is not ever easy. 2nd and 14. 4th sack put up by the Eagle defense. The only time the Steelers scored in this game was a first half field goal. And again, they're on him. He's able to get it away to Williams, incomplete.
Shoot. Man, they're just having a party. That's what they're doing, the defensive line. 1997 versus Dallas.
Wow.
Well, the crowd was tired of cheering. His last couple plays got him going again.
Roethlisberger's hit 4 of his last 15 passes. And he's got 3rd and 14. Incomplete. And they were there to cover it had it been caught by D. Will. And they will, of course, go for it on 4th down as we moved inside 10 minutes remaining.
You know, defenses, when you get in situations like this, is what I said, they're going to keep playing. I mean, they love this. Finally, Jim Schwartz, it's going to be pass.
Eagles have a whole line.
Yeah, it's great. I've seen them do this.
Yep, 7 defenders. A couple more drop back at the 20.
4 good pass rushers too, Jim.
Look at this, defending the first down line as they go underneath, and now they come crashing in. And Jim Schwartz loved the way the team handled that execution.
He can bring some energy to the defense. We've seen that here today.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by national mortgage lender Quicken Loans. Home buy, refi, power. Domino's. Order online at domino's.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, the Eagles break huddle with 9:35 to go, and they leave Wentz in at quarterback.
Yep, they left him in, and they'll be careful. Quick throws, screens, draws, runs like this.
Big chunk picked up. Smallwood for 12.
Let's go back to that 4th down look, Jim. Just look at all the defenders. I saw this against Chicago. Works really well.
Watch the coach's reaction.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. You know, he brought his guys from Buffalo with him here to help him out. Leotis McKelvin, Nigel Bradham, and Ron Brooks. And Stephen Tulloch's been with him with 3 teams now. Buffalo wasn't one of them. They knew his style. He wanted them to bring energy, and they've done that.
And there's a gain of 1. Smallwood. Tonight on the season premiere of 60 Minutes, is the war on ISIS a world war? The King of Jordan says it is. Plus a frightening scenario about Russia and its nuclear weapons tonight, only CBS. The Eagles have had 7 rushes in this game that have gone for at least 10 yards. And Smallwood, they have found themselves a player here.
Against a defense that, and history tells you, you don't even bother trying to establish a run against.
10 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Make it 11 for 63. They found themselves a running back, and 40 years ago, this franchise found itself a voice. Merrill Reese, celebrating his 40th year.
There he is.
What a gentleman, and what a tremendous credit to the industry.
Yep, looks great. Saw him when we seen him the other day. What day was that? I can't remember. It seems like about a week ago.
It was yesterday. Yes. But you got to love Merrill Reese.
That voice.
Distinct voice,
Oh my
enthusiasm.
gosh. He is a...
Started, by the way, as an analyst on the Eagles radio broadcast. And after a year of that, they shifted him over to this incredible play-by-play role that he fulfills. Down the field. I don't think... Yep, they say both feet are in for Matthews.
Oh, I don't know.
Thought only one. And now they're having a couple other guys confer.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, I think. But if he...
There's one. That's not even close. And here he is.
Can you imitate
Truly
him?
is a legend. No, but I know Tommy Spencer, our editorial consultant, can. He can do the Pisarcik play better than anybody. In fact, he did it for Merrill.
Oh, he did?
Loved, oh, yeah.
What did Merrill think?
You know, it's the second time he's heard Tommy
it
do it through the years.
Shoot, Tommy never shared it with me.
Hey, by the way, he had a hole-in-one in golf. He's a golf nut. And you think of all these broadcasters that have come out of the Philadelphia area, like Jack Whitaker. He is here in the Philadelphia area, splits time between here and California. Got a chance to see him this week. Just an icon. Tom Brookshire in the old days, the NFL on CBS.
What a week, though. He sees the Eagles win like this. You get a hole in one.
Pretty good week, huh?
I don't know what horse he's betting on this week.
Okay, so the punt all the way down at the 8-yard line. We'll check the flag. And while they sort it out, you're talking about the hole in one. I know there's one ardent Pittsburgh Steeler fan who is still watching, even with this game out of reach, and that's Arnold Palmer.
Oh.
He's up in Latrobe.
Holding. Kicking team number 52. 10-yard penalty. 4th down.
It's a dear friend, dear man. He's been a little under the weather, and we just want to wish him the very best.
Yeah, boy, it was great. I got a chance. He took me down there. I got to visit him at his house one day. It's better than going to a museum in New York.
You'll never forget it.
The medals, the everything, just the
and how
every
about,
club.
How about the goodbye?
Oh, came outside, waved to us goodbye. As we're driving in the street, he's there looking in the rearview mirror.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Got the thumbs up a couple times. I saw his locker room. It was a great day. Had an Arnold Palmer with him, but it was a little different.
You added one other thing to the mix, as I recall. Tough catch there by Antonio Brown at the 21. 44-yard punt, and well, they're going to keep Roethlisberger in there, but 7 minutes to go. Congratulations, moments ago, Rory McIlroy won in a playoff to take the Tour Championship and to take the FedEx Cup.
Wow.
He finished super strong at the end of the year.
I'd say so.
Steelers with a second quarter field goal. That's all they have to show for so far down the field, and almost jumping in front for the pick. That was Rodney McLeod.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger's still in there, so you know Mike Tomlin just says that's the way we do things. I was playing once. We were getting beat really bad by the San Francisco 49ers on Monday night. I thought, well, they'll take me out. I'm sitting on the bench, and one head coach of mine just came over and said, what are you doing? Get in that game. And I was glad because I dumped it off 6 times for a touchdown.
On the run. And that's good for a first down to Brown.
That's the fastest I ever ran. Once he yelled at me, I jumped up, took off.
What would you say it was if it was a 40? 5.6?
Oh, come on. What are you kidding? Hey, look, let me just say this. In this booth, there's only one guy that's run for over 1,000 yards in the NFL, okay?
I'm looking around.
Yeah, keep looking.
By the way, Antonio Brown making a lot of fantasy folks happy. 12 catches, 140. Williams to the 41.
That means you have him.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I wish. Didn't get the draft that high. Next week, action from London, the Colts and the Jags. And then the 1 o'clock set of games include Buffalo at New England. Of course, the NFL today gets started Sunday at 9 a.m. Special edition before the London game.
Wow. Or Scott can get up there early.
2nd and 4. And the catch by Wheaton.
There we go. That was tough.
Yeah, that was
an easy catch.
That was not an easy one.
But it gets him on the board.
Third and 2. And first down at the 50. Another catch for Coates. Steelers will be home the next 2 weeks against Kansas City,
Kansas City,
which is up on the Jets at the moment. 17-3 to score in that game. And then they'll be home against the Jets. Over the top, incomplete. Intended for Coates. We're going to see Pittsburgh on October 23rd when the Steelers host the Patriots.
Yeah, it'll be great. It will be. We've got a lot of good games coming up. I'm actually excited about seeing the Miami Dolphins, their offense against Cincinnati this Thursday night. But, you know, the Steelers were hoping to tire this defense out today. That was they thought that could happen because the Philadelphia hadn't been on the field a lot in their first 2 games. And at the end of the game, I think they finally tired them out.
2nd and 10. Ben gets free. Flag is down to the end zone. Fight for the football. Hayward Bay.
I thought he might have intercepted it.
I did too. I think it was, I think it's McLeod that's got the football. Remember, there's still a flag back in the area of offensive holding.
And that was the last
It is McLeod.
second. Watch this. At the very last second, jumps and turns.
Holding. Offense, number 66. That penalty is declined. The ruling on the field is an interception with a touchback. First down, Philadelphia. Timeout.
What a play by McLeod.
His 2nd pick in 3 games. Yeah, look at Hayward Bay. Kind of pins it in there, but in the end, McLeod comes up with the football and the interception.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, handing off big savings to you. And by Subway Restaurants.
This is one of my favorite old-time stories around the league. The Steagles of 1943. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia merged rosters due to depleted teams during the war years.
Yep.
And they formed that one year in 1943 a composite roster known as the Steagles. I asked Mike Tomlin, I said, hey, if you were named the coach of the Steagles this year, who would you take on the other team? He started with Zach Ertz.
Yeah, Zach Ertz.
He had Fletcher Cox, and
then he went to Brandon Graham.
Yeah, that's right. We got an update. Let's go back to JB in the studio in New York. Hello, James.
Hello, Jim. A career high for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, not a good way right here. This is going to be his 5th interception thrown on the day. That one goes to Derek Johnson. He will take this all the way back to the house for the touchdown. 7 turnovers total for the Jets. Chiefs are up 24-3.
And more specifically, tying a career high. Back to Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you, guys. You just don't see 5 interceptions that often anymore. I know what Carson Palmer did last year in the NFC Championship game, and then he threw 4 more today himself. With 5 by Fitzpatrick, and the Chiefs about to go to 2-1. The Jets drop to 1-2.
Let me answer that. You know, once you get to 2, and if you get to 3, you don't even think of taking a chance unless the game is on the line. You just try to get out there with it just becomes a bigger story as you keep throwing those interceptions. There's Fletcher Cox on the sideline. Great day by him. I could walk with those arms. Unbelievable. His arm's bigger than my leg. And he trimmed up this year. He's in great shape for a guy that weighs 312 pounds.
3rd and 7. Look at Smallwood race for the first down.
Wow, and got down, let the clock keep going.
See, he did. Gain of 8, and we're heading to Cincinnati. On to Cincinnati for the Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. NFL Network. It's NFL Network only, coming up on Thursday. The Dolphins with a really big win for them today. Almost lost. The Browns played a really good game with their rookie quarterback,
Cody
Kessler, and Terrell Pryor doing all kinds of things, and they had a chance to win it with a field goal at the end that was wide left, went to overtime, and the Dolphins got that first win. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, the Bengals, dropped their game to Denver. So a pair of 1 and 2 teams on Thursday night.
Yep.
It's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Eagles. Dominating performance. This might get very tiresome.
You think?
After 3 hours at a football game.
Well, she's a patient fan. You can see that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That thing would be, I could throw out about 100 yards after about 5 seconds.
2 minutes to go. And Wentz gives it to Smallwood. And he is ridden down by Hayward. Tonight on CBS begins with the season fair 60 minutes and a report on the war against ISIS, followed by the premiere event NCIS Los Angeles and the new hit drama MacIver. Tonight, only CBS. By the way, the Eagles go into a bye week. They go into the bye 3-0.
That's pretty awesome. Detroit, Washington.
On the road.
You see a lot of teams there that they match up really well with. Of course, that Minnesota game jumps out when you look at it.
And 4 of the next 5 are road games for them. 3rd and 5. Smallwood wrapped up after 1. We had a lot of Roethlisberger's games his rookie year. Remember that? He went all the way to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
Before New England beat him to go to the Super Bowl. But Big Ben had that start of, what was it, 13 straight wins as a starter?
Yes. What do you...
To begin his career. Came in the second week. Tommy Maddox had gotten hurt.
Yep. Very careful as time went along. They just started opening up that offense.
Went 15-1, I believe, in the regular season. And, well, Wentz is off too. Not quite to that pace, to that number of wins, but certainly off to a great pace here with a 3-0 start. And Ben's going to come out one more time with 29 seconds to go.
Well, the Eagle fans, they should be excited. It is one game, just like the Steelers. They could turn their team around. They will next week. They'll be a whole different team when they come out in the field. But the fans should be excited for many reasons. The coach, the personality of the team, the way they play. I mean, look, you know, Jim, I played here many times, and it was just like the city. The team was tough. They loved it. And this team kind of reminds me a little bit about like that one. Just play hard. Expectations are rising fast here in Philadelphia for this football team.
Williams taken down, and that should take us to the end. Mike Tomlin in his 10 years has never seen his team lose by 30 until today. We're going to have some bonus coverage coming up. The Chargers and Indianapolis are locked in a tight one in the closing minutes. Doug Peterson becomes the first Eagles coach to win his first 3 games to start a season at the beginning of his career. And that young man is as special as advertised.
Yep, like you said, great start for him. Composed, talented, well coached. A lot of good combinations there. They probably need a bye week just to get over the euphoria of winning the way they did.
No kidding. Well, Pennsylvania's a swing state. We won't know till November whether it goes red or blue, but it's green at the moment.
It's green right now, brother.
Yes, it is. 34-3 is the final for Phil and Tracy. Jim Nance saying so long. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, and we go to JB and you.